on the cheap, and protein at a price not steep. Alas, all cereals nature's such, their protein content isn't much. Now pulses have a wee bit more, but not much more, and that's for sure. Indeed, when it's correctly seen as good digestible protein, none of the pulses have a lot. Agronomically, they've lost the plot, as all their yields are very low, and often imports need to flow. And yet the prices rise each day. No one seems to know the way to get their yields to improve, for they are stuck in a groove. Few plants that grow in the field have a decent protein yield. The soya bean is an exception, but as a food it meets rejection. Because of its reasonable yield, its protein's cheap while in the field. It's not palatable till modified, not edible till detoxified, and all of this adds to the cost. Much of the benefit is lost. Since we are not yet allowed to grow varieties that are GMO, our current yields are very low. We have a shortage, as you know. This might lead to confusion, but for a simple conclusion, the answer lies, as we will see, within our own industry. The way to go is innovation. Quick progress will help our nation. For our nation, benefits are seen. The provision of quality protein. Animal husbandry can be planned with a poor quality of land. Our forex reserves we can replete with exports of shrimp and meat. There are many animals we can grow. Cattle, chicken, shrimp we know. But other species are also there. We could greatly increase their share. I do believe it would be wise supporting a startup that bravely tries to reach out and organize the minor species found here and there and support them everywhere. Turkeys, ducks, goats and sheep, all this and more we can reap. Murrels, crabs, geese and quail, of exotic species we can avail. In insects, one already sees the culture of silkworms and bees, but many nations are already steering to widespread insect rearing. The poultry scene is generally bright, but in crises, customers take fright. Whether it's COVID or it's flu, in every wave there is a slew of bad news that's misconstrued. Consumption then gets subdued. We often wonder, why, oh why, does demand just collapse or die? It can fall and even sink without the slightest logical link. When chikungunya widely spread, the chicken dunya badly bled. We go through all these crazy antics based on sound and not semantics. The sector's value addition's low. The farmers lack benefits that flow. In this commoditized industry, high volatility is what we see. Now profits soar, and then they fall. It's very hard to take a call. The big problems that I see are small scale labor intensity. There's scope for digitization, as well as efficient automation. Network effects can overwhelm scale. There are many benefits farmers can avail. Input supply and output sale. Reliable advice without fail. The technology of this new age boosts both income as well as wage. Now farmer income's very low. So how can we make it grow? Yes, doubling income is the call, but this initiative may fall as animal husbandry is neglected. So the government has selected 2 funds to get the sector started. The funding's large and big-hearted. If we were to get our act right, the future will be very bright. An end to protein deficiency, high levels of efficiency, new technologies unfurled, exports to the Gulf and the world. In milk, we already lead. In all the others, let's succeed. Let us be bold, green and wise. Let us strive and seize the prize. Provide our people with good health and our farmers with some wealth. But of the agri-GDP, 1/3's animal husbandry. The dairy growth is very steady. but poultry's growth is truly heady. One thing we should understand, fast dairy growth requires more land. If we multi-crop the field and improve the fodder yield, our dairy sector would then grow and milk will surely overflow. Now, poultry is the way to go. There are two products, as we know. There is the egg and then there's meat. The egg is an amazing thing, and I, for one, could always sing its praises for its packaged well, with its own protective shell. And in it you will surely find fine nutrients of every kind. It can be cooked in many ways, prepared in minutes, not hours or days. And I don't want to sound contrarian, but sterile eggs are vegetarian. Not just an ordinary view, but rather the considered view of our nation's father. That poultry feed conversion's low. Unlike cows, for both eggs and meat, you should know that poultry feed conversion's low. Unlike cows, they don't eat grass. But in a sense, they also pass. Soya meal and corn are fed. And though perhaps it could be said that these are foods that we might eat, no one would treat them as a treat. And can we make the case much better? Not just in spirit, but in letter. Make a feed that won't compete with any food that humans eat. Can we fulfill such a dream? With newer enzymes, it would seem that digestibility could be bettered, locked nutrients could be unfettered. And what would be your reactions to feed made from low cost